stop at Warren, Ohio. I had to plug a hose here. I got this hose here. I was dangling on the ground. That one goes to this axle in the back here, and I went ahead and put a screw in there and some caulking and hose clamp. I used 2 on that one, and that way it's blocked. I just tied it because the axle goes up and down. You gotta have movement on the hose. You can't have it tight. But I gotta see how bad this is. That's 100 pounds. Alright. I was worried that maybe the air will go out. But it's a one-way valve. I'm hoping that's what it is. I plugged the other side too. But this is my head cam I'm using. It's got a wide view on it. Hoping it works out pretty good for everyone. Yeah, 100 pounds. Looks like I got some leakage. It looks like it's gear lube or something. And it might be coming out. You can see it spraying on the rim. Nobody likes this trailer. In the back, the hose goes all the way to this one here. I went ahead and put a wire tie on that, put a bolt on it, and then another clamp. But that's supposed to be touching the other hose, and that goes to this axle here, and that fills up the tires. Well, if it's low, I got to put some air in it. But we'll see how it works out. Once you bypass the system, you got to manually check these tires. We'll see. The truth will come out. 100 pounds. Wow. Looking at this tire, I thought it'd be low the way the edges are. These edges are rounded. The tire looks worn down compared to the ones in the front. Well, this one doesn't even have any check. Okay. I have to trust it when you're bumping it, but that should be 100 because that's on the front axle. Okay, well, that airline needs to be replaced. That's a biggie. But this camera I got this on eBay, and I looked at the price, went to Amazon, it seemed to be cheaper there. Well, this is on my head, so that way it's got the wide view. I don't know, it's like the GoPro kind of look. But now I'm hoping that this light will stay off. See, I plugged it. I put a tape on it because it was really bright at nighttime, and it's noticeable. Especially going across the scales, they'll see that and they'll know that you got a low tire somewhere. Alright, that light's off now. I could take that tape off. Well, that really helps me out. Oh, that was pretty bad. This hose is just dragging. Alright, it's filling the system up, but that's good enough. But that whole line has to get replaced. There's couplings and all that you can get. If I see one at a truck stop, I'll do it myself. It's easier that way. If it ever gets home. I'm glad to have that done. Don't want any headaches out here. get all prepared. Usually things happen when you got a load in the trailer. I really have to see if this dock lock will release. I put air in the system, but it lifts up the airbags, and then these dock locks will release. You want to keep your fingers away from all that. But you'll see these dock locks. It hooks on the suspension so it doesn't bounce when the forklifts go in. But when you put air in the trailer, then the airbags will lift up. When it does that, then it releases tension, and there's an airbag right up here that's got tension. It's just waiting for the trailer to lift up a little bit, and then it'll release. It's a big loud noise, but other than that, it should be good. If it doesn't release and you hit your trailer brakes and go back a little bit, and it lifts up the box away from it, and then I'll slam open. That's the right way to go. Oh, you see it's a little bit now. There you go. That's why you keep your fingers away. Now you got full suspension. And then when you pull the trailer brakes and let the air out of the system, then the brakes will lock, and the air will come out of this airbag up here, and this spring will push this back into place and lock the back axle. But that's a suspension lock. They call them dock locks. Before they put dock locks on the docks, but when the forklifts go in, it bounces. You used to have to take the air out of the system, slide the axles back, but now they put these dock locks on there, and that way it doesn't walk away from the loading dock, and you have a big gap because it's bouncing out. A lot of adjustments once you go air ride suspension. Oh, it looks like State Troopers got this one. The straight truck. But you really be looking at the Mercedes-Benz vans that are in all these truck stops. Oh wow. Doing their job. They're around. Keep an eyeball on everything. When it comes to commercial vehicles, it's nothing to do with us. We just operate and maintain it. But privates, they have more laws. To us, you just have to surrender anything they want and do. It's just like flying a commercial plane. And once they come and pull you over, then it's all about the company and the product. Anything else for drivers is because of what violations you've done with driving, and that's the responsibility of the driver. That's why I always keep my equipment to par, so it's always legal. Well, that's the right way to go. Alright, now I'm just going to wait for a load. And these rivets were actually rusted away, and it was just hanging, so I went ahead and put these screws in here, knocked that rivet out and put screws in there. Seemed to work out pretty good now. Good old beater. But it's got to go home and get that airline replaced. Other than that, it's plugged, so it's all manual. You know, everybody's going to think that it automatically fills up the tires. It won't until that airline gets fixed.